What's up, guys? This is Kephas. Welcome back to WoW Leveling, everyone. We are in Stormwind City. We finished up Elwyn Forest, and now I have a couple little objectives I want to do. I want to unlock all of my hearth stones, which means that for now, at least for the next little bit, we're going to select a different timeline. You can also return to the normal timeline. Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay, so just for now, we'll probably come back to Cataclysm, but what we're going to do for a moment is the Iron Horde, which would be Warlords. That's what it's called. And see where this takes us. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through the intro of Warlords, and then we're going to get to... hang on. Oh, no, okay. Yeah, get through the intro of Warlords, and we're going to get the Hearthstone for our garrison. So, okay, so I guess I need to go over to the Blasted Lands. Okay, so let's get there real quick, and then we will pick things back up. Okay, we made it. It was very dangerous getting through the Blasted Lands. I completely forgot that I actually had to run down to the Dark Portal. But either way, we're here. Yeah, I probably did that very clumsily anyways. I probably could have followed a safer path. But hey, we made it in one piece, more or less. Yeah, alright, so let's go and talk to Khadgar for Azeroth. Yeah. Hey, clicky, click. Okay, there we go. And we are just going to once again skip these cutscenes because we don't want to get in trouble. Okay, that's usually what gets you in trouble is the cutscenes. All right, so let me fix my camera. There we go. All right, so here we are. We are in Draenor. Now, like I said, the goal here is simply to unlock our Hearthstone because it can be very helpful. So I feel like it's probably worth doing. I don't know if it's like the most efficient thing to do, but it's probably worth at least unlocking all of your Hearthstones because they can come in very handy. Particularly the Legion Hearthstone, but this one can also come in handy as well. So just got to get through this. No big deal. Okay, there's that one. And we also might get some decent gear, or some decent gear and a decent leveling as well. So... we don't need to fly here, so we don't have to worry about that. And hopefully by the end of this, we will have at least unlocked ground mount, epic ground mount. So that will be handy. Yeah, so that's the plan. That's what we're going to do. It's a good old Draenor. Good old Warlords of Draenor. Everybody's favorite expansion. You know, I don't mind leveling up through this. It was a pretty good leveling experience, to be honest. It's actually, I'm pretty sure this is considered to be the fastest expansion to level up in, although I've heard a lot of people say that it's a mixture of a couple of different expansions, particularly Old World and Draenor. I don't know for sure. I don't know if anybody's found the fastest one. I know a lot of people just like to use Azeroth Autopilot and call it a day. I'm actually just kind of avoiding using Azeroth Autopilot. I might use it like once, maybe just to see if it's like that much faster. But since I level up so many characters, to try to keep myself from going insane, I like to try to follow different paths each time to keep it kind of fun and interesting. Because like, whoa, I leveled up, cool, 19. Because like doing the same exact thing over and over and over several times can get very exhausting. I know that because I've done them all now 12 times and counting. I've got more to do. I mean, obviously I'm going to level up like 4 sets of characters by the end of this because, so I've got all my Horde main characters are on Airy Peak. That's where Kephas is. That's where are on Earthen Ring. That's where AIE is, and that's where Kephas is, and that's where I've mostly played most of my time. And then all my Alliance characters are on Airy Peak with the Convert to Raid Guild. Of course, I don't play there as much, but I do pop in over there and level up characters and mess around, maybe try to make some money, you know, that kind of stuff. And I still need to get the B mount, so I still need to work on that as well. But and now I've got this server, Proudmoore, I believe is what we are. Yeah, Proudmoore for. Oh, we're gonna skip that. Proudmoore for Alliance, which is where I'm leveling up new characters to see what kind of, you know, new adventures I can have. And then also Mal'Ganis is where the other set of characters for the Horde are. So yeah, 4 servers with 12 characters each. I am crazy and I like leveling, and hey, having more alts means more gold opportunities, you know, that kind of stuff, and you know, it's fun. And yeah, that's what I've been doing. Now's the easiest time because leveling is so much easier. But yeah, so I get to do them all. You can count however many times that is. I get to do them all that many times, so yay me. But ooh, look at this. This is an upgrade. Cool. So look at that. We've already gotten 1 upgrade. Go ahead and equip it. Boom. Alright, cool. So yeah, 1 upgrade already, and this is actually a really good place to get like some quick XP. If you don't want to do all of Warlords, it's probably not a bad idea at least to go through this. It doesn't take too long, and you get some pretty good XP, some okay gear for whatever level you're at. And of course, if you're using heirlooms, I guess that doesn't matter as much, but you know, we're not. So yeah, we've already gotten 41 gold though. I mean, dude, getting gold is crazy now. I mean, like, you get pretty much what you need, which is kind of nice. Like, when you get to the point where you need to unlock the next level of flying, usually you'll have the money for it. It's usually not a problem. If you sell mats, like if you farm ore and ore and herbs, and maybe a little bit of cloth as well, you will probably have more than enough money to get your mount. So it's pretty easy. So yeah, and let's see what we gotta do here. Okay, I remember most of this. I've done this so many times, but actually, this is probably not the first time we've done this on leveling up on the series. So, oops. There we go. Okay, only got 1? Bruh. Spread that fire a little bit better than that, please. Sometimes it doesn't translate as well as you'd like. Like, for some reason, it only burned 1. Do I have to get closer? Oh, that's why. Well, that's silly. Alright, and then there's this one over here. Boom. There we go. I remember a time when you could just, like, there's a part not far off, like, it's off the questing path just slightly, but there's an area where these orcs just keep spawning, and you can just kind of go there and just grind for a long time and get tons of experience. I don't know if that's still a thing, but it was, and it was, like, really crazy good experience for a while. So, yeah, like, I think it's like, oh no, it's over somewhere else, actually. I can't even remember where it's at, but don't worry, we're not going to do that, because grinding mobs is probably not the most entertaining thing to watch, don't worry. But it's also not the most entertaining thing to do. At least not in my opinion. Some people might like it, but not me. Unless I'm farming rep, then I don't mind it. I actually kind of like farming rep that way. I'd rather do that than, like, a lot of things. Just group up or whatever, or just by myself, just run through an area and grind. Grind away at some rep. Not a big deal. There we go. I kind of miss... darn it, I forgot what I was going to say. I kind of miss, like, how easy, well, kind of easy it used to be to get rep. I kind of miss, like, the Burning Crusade days when it comes to that, because I feel like a lot of the rep was, some of it was really hard to get, some of it was really easy to get, but, and then Wrath, I miss, like, how that was. But honestly, in Shadowlands, getting rep doesn't seem to be that big a deal at all. Like, I'm just doing, like, I do my emissaries every day, and, I mean, I do some world quests. I don't do all of them. I do some of them that I feel like I want to do. And I feel like my pace is pretty decent when it comes to rep for the most part. I'm not really, like, feeling like I need to hurry. So it's like, I mean, there's a couple things I want. Like, I love that I can get wings, like, on my character. Like, that transmog wings are kind of cool. I'm looking for things to burn. Somewhere here. But yeah, like, I mean, most of it just, I mean, there's some gear upgrades and stuff like that. But, you know, I'm just kind of taking my time with it, and I don't mind it as much this time. Okay, seriously? I gotta find some buildings to burn. Maybe I went too far. There's some down there. I can see them from here. Cool. Even I can see them from here. There we go. But one of the things I've been looking forward to doing at some point on Kephas or on somebody, just a higher level character, is going back and, like, trying to get mounts that I didn't get. Because, like, I did not play BFA much, to be completely honest. I did some stuff, but, like, I didn't do half of everything. I certainly didn't go mount hunting. And there are some really cool mounts in BFA that I would like to go back and get. Like, I still haven't gotten the B mount. I want to go back and get that. There's like a frog mount, I think. I don't know where you get him, but I want to get that because I've seen a few people riding around on the frog mount. But that actually might be from Shadowlands. I'm not 100% sure, but like, if there's a frog mount, dude, I'm all over that. I remember playing like Ark Survival Evolved, and my favorite thing to do was like ride around on a frog. It's just cool. Just something different. So, yeah, and there's a few other cool mounts. There's the parrots. I didn't get any of the parrots, so like I think I have to go grind some island expeditions, which shouldn't be too hard at level 60, I don't think. So that'll be fun to do. I'm also kind of wondering like how legacy raids or like, you know, old raids are now. Like, are they easy to do because of the squish? Are they harder? Is there any money in it now? Because it's, I don't know, man. Everything's different now, so I kind of wonder if that stuff's still doable. But maybe I should just like try it someday. I don't know. There's so much stuff to do in the current game, like in Shadowlands, that I haven't even had time to even try to go back yet. So, like, it's kind of crazy. just so busy just doing all the normal stuff. I haven't even like really spent any time farming mats or anything like that. Like, I just run around doing stuff. Like, I've made over 100,000 gold just by getting the mats and selling them, just the ones that I've gathered while just doing normal stuff. So it's a good time. A beginning of expansion is always awesome. Easy to make money, you know. Money's just flying off the auction house like no problem. But, you know, eventually that'll slow down quite a bit, but, you know, enjoy it while we can. All right, so taking my frustration out on these orbs. This creepy giant eyeball. Ow, that hurt. Yeah, so I remember doing this back in the day. I've done this more than I've done the Maw. This introduction quest line. But the thing about this one is, number one, you can mount up. The Maw, the worst thing about the Maw is not being able to mount up. It's actually kind of awful. But that's the only thing about it that's so bad, and that just having to do it 100 times in a row. But actually, if there's one thing about Shadowlands that I weirdly don't like, it's traveling. Like, traveling is the worst. For some reason, they explain why. I didn't really actually ever read about it, but like, I know they explain why you can't use the Flight Master's whistle now. They didn't upgrade it for Shadowlands for some reason, and I really miss it. But I know there are other things that you can eventually unlock to make travel easier, but the worst thing about Shadowlands is traveling. Like, because if you're in the Maw, you can't use a mount, which sucks. If you're in the world, like, everything's connected to Oribos, so no matter where you go, if you're going from one zone to another, you have to go through Oribos to do it. So it kind of like extends out the travel time, because you always have to go back to one place and then go to the next place. You can't just go straight to where you want to go. So that kind of is a bummer. It's not the worst. It's not as bad as Cataclysm used to be. Like, traveling in Cataclysm was rough. Even like, of course, you had the portal network, which is nice, but still, it wasn't the best. Most expansions, well, actually in BFA, you had two continents, and traveling between the two, you had to go back to your boat or whatever to do it, and that was kind of a pain. But you could usually like travel. It was like a continent. So like in Northrend, you could like take a direct flight to where you were trying to get to, mostly, especially if you had your own flying mount. But I kind of wonder how it's going to be in Shadowlands when we are able to fly. Like, we'll still have to go back to Oribos, so will we be able to fly over the ether, like over the empty space? Like, I wonder how that's going to work. Because like our flight masters, they have to always go back to Oribos, because I think the way it's supposed to be is it's not like you're on, like, there are 4 different planes of existence, right? So like, there are portals in Oribos that take you to those places. It's not like they just exist out there in the middle of space or something, I don't think. So I kind of wonder how that'll work once we are able to fly. We'll probably still have to go back through the portals at least. I don't know, man. It's kind of weird. It takes a while, but it's still cool. Like, going through the portals to go into each zone, like, especially the first time, was pretty awesome. After the first time, it's kind of like whatever, you know, kind of like, I just want to get where I'm going. But it is still pretty cool. Like, just flying into a zone is pretty, like, it's an experience. It's not just like a thing, you know. But yeah, it does slow things down a lot. And then, of course, like I said, and you know, not having the Flight Master whistle, not being able to mount up in the Maw definitely hurts. Like, it takes forever. It feels like it takes forever to do anything. Even though the zone isn't as big, As other zones, it still feels like it takes forever just to get anywhere. So, and it's always nerve-wracking because like you could get caught and die at any moment, and that sucks. You can't like run away on your mount. So unless you're a druid, if you're a druid, you can use your mount form or whatever, travel form. That's it. And if you're a shaman, you can ghost wolf. So you do have that going on. But other than that, it's excuse me, adjusting. It's it is a little bit of a drag. As a paladin, you can use your divine steed, but that only lasts temporarily. So yeah, you're always looking for any way you can to move along faster in there. It's kind of crazy, but it is what it is. It's not the worst thing in the world, but yeah. So if there's one nitpick I have, one annoyance with Shadowlands, it's travel. The traveling in general is just yikes. But anyway, I'm excited to like just kind of get through this and then see where we're at, because we should be able to get our epic epic riding mount, and hopefully by the time we hit the level requirement, we can actually buy our other mounts as well. We should be able to make enough money to do so. So I'm excited, but what will help is getting all these Hearthstones, and for the most part, the experience it's pretty solid. I mean, like this place especially, like it's really good, so it's worth doing. I'm kind of wondering, because I kind of bumbled earlier. We went to BFA, and I didn't mean to go through all that questing that we did, which it wasn't bad. I mean, didn't take us too long. It took us like part of an episode. But I'm kind of hoping that when we do Legion, that I don't have to do the whole, like the whole cutscene there again, like going through the Broken Isles and all that kind of stuff. Because that'll take a minute. I don't want to have to do that again. So hoping we can still skip it. I don't know if they took that out or not, but yeah, because I totally went through the BFA stuff without paying attention, and I don't know if I had the option to skip it, because usually I know where to skip it, and I just didn't, so it didn't catch me. So I don't know. We'll see. I know you could never really skip this, but it's worth a lot of experience, which, kind of the same in Shadowlands. The cool thing about the mall is it's worth a decent amount of experience, so you do have that going for you. Also, what the heck? My camera is, like, I hope I'm going the right way. Okay, there we go. Sometimes the camera kind of, it just kind of goes wherever it wants, but that's alright. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, let me know by clicking that like button. And feel free to share it with your friends so they can enjoy it as well. And if you'd like to see more videos, you can subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon to be notified as soon as new videos are posted. You can also follow me on Facebook, and if you'd like, you can support my work on Patreon. Links to all that stuff can be found in the description below. This is Kephas. Until next time.